Alright guys, here is video one of homemade bumper fillers. So this is pretty much just all tacked together for mock-up. Just basically started on this side. I do have the piece cut out for the other side. This is what it looks like when you start. Looks like a big L. And it's basically the first piece that I cut out. It is actually the side, and then I bent it here so it matches the curve of the taillight extension. Comes all the way around and it's bent back here. And then this piece here, obviously you can see the whoop tacks. This is on separate. This does have a slight crown. I used the bottom of the taillight bezel, laid it down on the sheet metal, and I traced it with a Sharpie so I could get the correct curve. So anyway, that's how I made that piece. Now I'm going to fully tack weld that whole thing. I'm tacking it on the back side. So on the burn through right here, I'm going to go back with my little fine tip cone burr and go down it and bevel it out a little bit. Then I'll probably go back with some filler or something in there, and I'll probably use like a little piece of 3/16 steel brake line with some 80 wrapped around it and go down it to block it out to get a little, you know, a valley look to it, a little curve. But it's supposed to have a flange that stick out here to come up to meet, you know, like inside the bumper like this. I'm just not going to mess with it. I'm just going to leave it open like that. It's not this. The side is not that noticeable. It's up here is what's noticeable. Anyway, since the quarter is crowned, I had to basically build a flange, and then it drilled holes so it actually will bolt on, just like factory. And same thing on it. You can see my tacks. I'll fully weld it as well because I don't want anything cracking or breaking, or, you know, I don't want that body filler to crack. So I'm going to fully weld it up. But anyway, I think it's going to end up turning out pretty sweet. Tag pocket is made out of one piece. I used my sheet metal brake and bent it. Now I actually did 2 mounting flanges on this, and I've got some 1024 stainless button head Allens in there. I have nylon lock nuts on it, and I don't have them tight yet, so I think it'll end up, you know, fitting up there pretty good. It kind of sucks the hardware is going to be visible, but I don't really mind. You know, I built it myself, and I didn't have to spend any money. This stuff was already here, so it'll save me from having to, you know, spend $200 or $300 or $400 or whatever it is for bumper fillers for these cars, if they even make them new. I'm sure somebody does. I just don't know. I haven't looked. I did go in and I looked at Google images at bumper fillers to kind of get the idea of what the factory ones look like, and to my surprise, they're just kind of square flange like that. I just assumed they would be like 81 to 87 Regal and have a curve, but they do not. They kind of look like that. So it just made it easier for me to fabricate that way. But anyway, at least this way the tag pocket will unbolt and I can handle all the pieces separately when I'm doing the paint and body on them. Originally I thought I'd make it all one piece, but it would just be a floppy mess, you know, when you took it apart or took it off the car, and probably take a chance of kinking something or bending something. But I'll show you there's the tail light in, so that's kind of what it looks like with the tail light in. And now once the bumper goes up there, this flange here goes under there about 1/4 or 3/8 or so. So it'll be under the bumper. Be just like factory, basically. Anyway, guys, I got one more side to go, and lots of welding and a little bit of grinding. But I didn't have to spend any money, and I think that's cool. So anyway, here's video one of my bumper fillers for my 80 Regal.